Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video on Mythcraft. Now, the clips from this video are actually a little bit old because I wasn't able to get this video up earlier. Unfortunately, I just didn't have the time to because I was finishing up school and of course other reasons too. But basically this video is from before TNT enabled, which was several days ago, so obviously that's just a little bit old, but I'm just a little bit behind on the editing, so I'll be continuing this series here, and I hope you enjoy the videos. We have a decent amount of TNT that we've gotten from the creeper spawners over time, even though we don't really have that many compared to some other factions. We still do have a good amount, but there's really not much of a need to have more than this right yet. But we've been putting our money into the main money spawners, which is our witches over here, which we have a lot of right now. As you can see, more than a 4x4 chunk area is filled full of spawners in this witch grinder, and it brings us a lot of money, and we just keep buying more and more witch spawners with the money to keep making money faster. We haven't really been buying creeper spawners lately, and we probably will buy some more closer to when TNT enables, but we still get TNT fast enough, to be honest. Like right now we have over 50 dubs, I'd say, of TNT, because this is 10 chests long and it's filled up fully to like 5, not completely, but then over here it keeps going up a little bit. This is a decent amount of TNT because we have, as you can see, over 3 days until TNT enables. That's plenty more time to keep getting TNT, and if we end up buying some more spawners, some more creepers, we'll be getting TNT very fast. Our faction has finished all the sand walls and filters, so pretty much everything is done with the base except for the obsidian walls at the end, which I think we've started on both sides, but we're in no rush to complete it. We did like all of these walls today, so it really didn't take us too long to finish this base. Because once we started working on it, we got it done very quickly. And yeah, we are done now with these obsidian walls on this side. We just started it like a couple minutes ago and it's done because it's just that easy to gen walls with gen buckets, and if you have a couple people working on it, it goes by very fast. So yeah, we are done with that now, and I think in total we have like 3 sets of filters and 10 sand walls, which is decent. Doesn't really matter as much about the defenses as checking walls, so as long as we're able to check walls and defend the base and stop any raiders, we should be good. So all we really have left to do is this roof art that we're going to be putting on top of this base, and then we'll be able to water it and just break the dirt and we'll be done. While I was gone, the faction has started a cactus farm, as you can see here, and I've actually basically done most of it, well over half. And it seems to have pretty good drops already, a lot of cactus flowing in, so it seems to fill up pretty fast and actually make decent money. So maybe we'll make an even bigger one of these for even more money because we finished this one so easily. But this is just a 5x5 chunk that we started, I think a couple hours ago, a few hours ago they said. But it started today, and there's only like a chunk and a half left to do out of 5. So they made good progress on it. This is my first time seeing it, so I'm going to help finish it real quickly so we can make some more money off of this. This cactus farm is now completed. We just started it today and also finished it today. It's only 5x5 chunks though, so it's not too big, so we're considering making another one that's even bigger. That'll actually take a little bit of time to complete, so we have something to grind and we'll be making a lot of money out of that. But we finished this very fast, so if we put in the effort to build a big farm, we could really be making a lot of money off cactus, because this brings in a lot of cactus looking at it. Just the rates of the cactus flowing down as you watch it drop is actually pretty good on the server. You can kind of just see like stacks going into the hoppers. So that's good. Now that this farm is completely done, we're just going to be making profit out of it, because we're not going to be spending any money building it. So we'll just be selling it and making the money that it makes. So this should help us get spawners even faster and keep growing our lead on F-top. The base is now pretty much done too, so all the walls are watered and completed, including the obsidian walls next to the base and at the end of the buffer. And all the filters and sand walls are done, and everything's on the bedrock and fully watered, so the base is pretty much completely done. We're just waiting for TNT to enable now. Still have over 2 days until it does enable, so we have plenty of time, but it's good to have the base done. The only thing we do have left of the base is the roof fart. We haven't done that yet. We need to do that and then water the top of the base, but that won't take very long at all, and since we have so much time, we're in no rush. So we'll get that roof fart up, and then we'll be able to actually be fully watered, so it'll be completely done then. But we did water all these walls today while I was at school, so I didn't even like help at all with it. It just was done when I got home. But we do get work done pretty fast. We make progress quickly, so that's good. Now that we've finished the base, we can really just focus on making even more money and increasing our lead, holding first place, since we don't really have to worry about base work anymore. The vote party just turned on, and we have a lot of stuff here to sell. The witch grinder makes so much money now because we just have so many spawners in it. This guy selling it had 500 mil in his balance before he sold it, so we'll be able to see how much he gained overall from selling it. It's probably almost done because he used that sell wand. I don't know if there's really any more that even need to be sold up here. So he's at 675 mil now. He made almost 200 million just by selling that one time, which was probably not from too long, like definitely not more than a couple hours. So we go really fast now, and we're at 3.3 billion with like a 1 bill lead, and that one guy has almost 700 mil in his balance, and we have like 7 mil just in the faction balance. But our base is basically completely full of spawners. Like the grinder doesn't have any more room really, so we've expanded the pillars downwards so that they like hold more spawners. But the entire 8x8 base is full of the witch spawners, and we have this many alts AFKing it, so it makes a lot of money for us. So we no longer even have the creeper grinder in this part of the base. We used to have the creeper grinder in like the opposite corner of the witches, but obviously the whole thing is witches now, so we just made it underneath, so we had room to put witches all up in here in the entire top of the base. So we have a huge lead, which is great, and we're making money really fast, so hopefully we'll be able to maintain that, and we'll see how things go as TNT enables. But that's still not for 2 days, so we still have a lot of time to grow on F-top. Since the base was full of spawners and we didn't really have much room to place any more, we decided to build basically like another base or another grinder, and we did that just in the wraps of our walls, like in the main base, in the corner base. So we start to build a 3x3 chunk base that we're just gonna put a bunch of witch spawners in, use it as another grinder so we can fit more spawners and be making more money. We finished these obsidian reverse layers underneath the base for the new grinders, and we're gonna make them extended reverse layers, like with slabs, and we'll have some walls on top of that. And then after that we'll have walls down the bedrock, and we'll still have like 15 chunks of walls on this, which is pretty decent. Obviously it's not 20, but we needed more room for spawners, and we're going to make the defenses good, like a lot of filters, obsidian and sand walls. We finished setting up the collection system and are now starting to place spawners in here, and we've already placed a very good amount. We have 2 people placing them right now, and we're going to be able to fit a lot of spawners in here because we're going to be going down very far. We're going to be going down all the way with spawners, so we'll see how long it takes to fill that up because we're making a lot of money. So with them all placed, we are up to about 4 billion F-top, and that's with only 10 spawners in each pillar, and we're about to expand it down because we have a lot more to place. I have 80 million in my balance, and we had 50 million in the factions balance that got taken out, and he's placing spawners right now, so we're gonna keep expanding it. And yeah, we have over 100 mil more to place, so we're gonna get started on that. While I was gone, the faction started working on the defenses for the second little grinder that we have, not in the main base, and we've actually completed them already. And we did full wraps, and we did gen them all out of obsidian this time because we have a lot more money now than we did a few days ago when we first started genning walls on the base. And we make money so fast now it doesn't really matter, so we can easily spend all this money on obby and sand. So we do not have full wraps, and they're all obsidian except for the ones actually lined up with the main base. It doesn't really matter, it doesn't make too much of a difference if they're obsidian walls. We still do have obsidian walls lined up with the main base at the edge of the buffer, and another couple of chunks of obsidian walls closer to the base. And that is all down to bedrock. We do have the whole area trenched out, so all these wraps are down to bedrock. And all the filters are done for it too. If I go underneath any of the places where there are filters, it goes all the way around. So the filters are wraps too. So all we have to do is water all of these walls, and then we'll be good after we put roof arts on the bases. Just laid out the stem for the roof art on the main base and starting to print it right now in printer mode, which is why it looks like I'm in creative, but it just takes the money every time I print, as you can see. So I'm not actually just like in creative mode, like I can take stuff. But once this is done, after we finish this, we're gonna just water it. We've also started watering the walls that we made around the new witch grinder, the wraps. So since they are done being genned, all we had to do was place the water and then break the dirt, which actually isn't done yet. We started it not too long ago, maybe a couple hours, but haven't had too many people working on it, and we're basically completely done. Just have a few walls left at the end to mine. So we just finished mining the whole thing. I flew around and I found a little patch that wasn't mined, but I didn't really do too much of it. Faction did most of it before I got a chance to even help work on it, really. So I didn't help with this as much as some others, but we still got it done very quickly, so it doesn't really matter as long as we got it done. Now the base defenses are basically completely done. We just need to put roof farts on the bases so we can actually water the top of the bases. Then we'll be done with everything. But all the walls are done down to bedrock, so the base is looking pretty good. Still have plenty of time until TNT enables to finish up anything. Check for any flaws in the base. But yeah, good progress. Alright, now both of the roof arts are done. You can see them on the minimap a little better, I think, than you even can in game, like on screen because of the render distance, but it still looks pretty good. Represents our faction name. And then we have this for the promotion of peace, prosperity, and equality. And everything is completely water now, so the base is actually completely done. All the walls are genned, trenched down to bedrock. Filters are done. So we're just waiting for TNT to enable, basically, which will be in 12 hours, as you can see on the right. But that's what the finished base looks like. The inside of the base is completely filled with spawners all the way across this top room. This 8x8 chunk area is just entirely a witch grinder. And these pillars right now are like 15 spawners tall. So that's a lot of spawners that we have, and we have over 7 billion now on F-top, and 6.9 billion of all of that is from witches. And since this entire room filled up, we had to make the other base to fit more witch spawners. And this is the collection for the witches in the main base. It fills up pretty quickly since we just sold it like 10 minutes ago when the double sell prices came on with the vote party at first. We already have like over half a dub in all of them. So definitely millions of dollars worth already. We make money really fast from this. And right now, I think some of the alts aren't even on. Like a lot of the alts aren't on one side, so not all of the spawners are even being AFK'd. So the rates are usually even faster, because we're about to get all those alts back on. We're now inside of the second witch grinder that we have, the one in the outer part of the base, kind of in the wraps. We're filling this entirely with witch spawners, and this is what it looks like in the spawner room. As you can see, we have an insane amount of spawners in here, just going all the way from the sky limit down to the bottom of this base, full of spawner pillars of witches, and we have a lot of pillars in here too. And we don't have all of the alts on this right now either, so this isn't even being fully AFK'd. However, we're still making a lot of money. That's the end of this video, so I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'm sorry it took so long to get it out, but I didn't have as much time to edit as I thought I would. But it is a longer video, and I'll have another one coming soon, so stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you then.